What's happening, guys? We're here at the world headquarters once again. It is March 7th. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of times I try to be silly and be upbeat, but today, I'm a little bit downtrodden. I'm a little bit crestfallen and just feeling a little bit down because for the first time in my maple dude career, at least since we moved up here to the world headquarters and this became the pursuit of a business, pursuit of a dream, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the run this year. I wasn't ready for the first run of SAP, which is occurring right now. It's the 7th of March right now. And I would say 2 days ago on the 5th, the SAP started running. Now, I'm up here because I'm dealing with stuff like bottling, customers coming in the store. I do have Jean, my employee, working, but she had to go today for a doctor's appointment. So Albert's out tapping trees, and I guess he's got the first woods tapped, and I hear that the SAP is filling up the tank, and we don't even have the vacuum on. So I have to run down there and check that out. But prior to that, this is what I've been dealing with up here. We've been bottling back here with the bottler, as you can see in the footage here. And then, guys, up here, check this out. This is my RO machine. Luckily, we haven't had to use it yet because, as you can see here, I still have to hook up all the membranes. I just put the washed membranes in their canisters, and I have to get these all in place and hook them up. And then this was a big surprise yesterday when I just went to check this. It's got no power. Breakers are both on, fuses are good inside. That's as far as I'm gonna get into it. I'm not an electrician, so I got an electrician coming out here today to check it out. But I don't know. Luckily, we're not getting deluged with SAP yet. Otherwise, we'd be in a real pickle. Over here, the natural gas evaporator, I've got to test fire this to see if the burner fires up. I'm going to do that later. But I did fill it with water so we could give it a test. Last year when I went to fire it up, the thing wouldn't actually ignite. And we actually had 10,000 gallons of SAP sitting outside. And luckily I got a local burner and boiler place to come out and take care of that right away. But that was kind of a scary moment. So I don't want to be sitting like that this year. But I got to go check out the SAP running into the woods number 1, which I guess is about ready to go. So come along. So yeah, guys, I mean, I'm just being real with you here. This one I feel bad about. You know, now that this is a real business for me, I make my living off of it. You like to be ready. You like to take full advantage of the season. And this year, it was just tough. It was just tough. It just never seemed like we could get ahead of it. And now, of course, you know, with more orders and bottling more syrup and stuff like that, you know, I'm not just the guy tapping trees and then that's the extent of maple syrup for me, and then trying to sell drums and you're done with it. No, I mean, this is a year-round business, marketing the syrup, selling the syrup, bottling the syrup year-round. And leading up to this season, it not like it came on too quick. It's March 7th. I mean, we're getting about within a few days of probably when we normally historically start. So I don't know what happened. It's just tough. It's just tough. And you don't like to lose production, and you don't like to see SAP going on the ground. And they say don't cry over spilt milk, but I am kind of crying over spilt SAP today. So we're gonna get back here and we're going to throw a couple of tanks or totes in the back of the truck here, which will be an easy way of getting this sap quickly. Okay, so here we are down here, guys, woods number 1. Albert's got everything tapped, or at least in this section. I don't even know where he is, but he tapped everything. And here's the Y1 test bag on this tree that we still have hanging. And you can see there, yeah, that's dripping the best I've ever seen it drip. That one's been tapped over a month now on the bag stuff, on the open spout. So that's still running really good. It hasn't shown signs of slowing down. But we got to get down to the other end and see what's in the tank and hopefully salvage that and start the pumps up. The pump isn't even started on this woods yet, but we'll fire that up, and then I'll get to find out how much work I have to do in finding leaks out there, which is a lot of fun. I think that we had that to the end, I believe.
Yeah.
I think the hose is back here. All right, you want to see this? Y'all ready to see this? This is fun. This always makes me feel good. Here we go. We got a sap tank. This is the first stuff running out. And it's running out on the ground and around the corner and down the edge of the woods. Never to be seen again. So that sap will never get back. This year at the beginning, guys, it's tough. We're leaving a lot of sap on the table. This stuff's running on the ground. That's not running on the table, it's running on the ground. And then that new woods that I put up, we got 2,000 taps there that we haven't even tapped yet. We got 2 more to tap in between this one and that one. But that one, I don't even have a tank yet or a releaser, because I've been promised by the companies that supplied these pieces of equipment that they were going to be here a month ago, 2 weeks ago. They still don't have it ready. That's one thing, guys, with maple equipment companies. I've never seen anything like it, honestly. They operate outside of what normal companies could get away with as far as service lead times and things like that. It's pretty bad. You almost have to be thinking a year in advance when you want something. Well, guys, we got woods, that first wood's up and running. It ain't running well, not at all. I mean, the sap's running good today, but the vacuum there, as I always say, sucks. But in this case, in a bad way. I only had 10 inches at the releaser, so that's really, really bad. I can't even imagine how many leaks are out there. That's the oldest woods with the oldest tubing out there. So that one's gonna have a lot of problems. So Albert, he went on his way to the second location to start tapping, but tomorrow I've got a bottle syrup for an order. I've got to be up in the shop with the 2 girls, Jean and her friend she brought in to help us get through this time, and get an order turned out. So that's what the struggle is right now with being where I'm at with this, is you're just torn in so many different directions. And you know, if you got a pallet of maple syrup you got to bottle up and get out, when you could be checking for leaks and things like that and getting woods up and running, it's tough. But thank God I got Albert at least working on it. And like I said, this year we're leaving a lot of sap out there. I've never been like this where, you know, it's sitting there waiting, but we're not ready. We're not getting it. So, well, what it is. I'll live. All right, guys, we got our first load of sap up here. Things unloaded. So I've got that first tank and that second tank half full. I got that first one full. I got that second one half full. And now let's go into, there's spilt sap on the ground. Let's go into the headquarters. And, oh yeah, I wanted to show you right here. This is my new addition, shelter for the sap tanks. We got one there. There's a permeate tank. That got done today. These also got, whoa, I almost fell down. So let's go in. Now, with that being said, the RO machine, what I was talking about earlier, the electrician was here and he fiddled around with it and looked at it a little bit and he couldn't figure it out yet. So if this doesn't run, I might as well just quit, cry, curl up in a ball and go home and cry in the corner. Luckily, I've got quite a bit of storage out there right now. He's coming back tomorrow. He's gonna look at the wiring schematics and stuff, but that's not running. Normally that would get me really worked up and nervous. I don't know, I'm calmer about it this year. I think it's because I got storage available. And then over here, I ran water into this because I wanted to see if this thing would fire. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna find out if this thing actually fires up. So there's the gas on. There's our power on. Okay, we got a power light. So I'm gonna turn this on and then it'll go through its cycle and it should ignite. I'm crossing my fingers. Last year, it did not at first. Normally it takes, I don't remember, it takes a little bit of time for it to power up and ignite. You'll hear a little click and then it'll go whoop. I hope that happens. If it doesn't, then I gotta call a service tech out again tomorrow. That's the click we were looking for, I think. All right, it says red light went on. So that means it did not fire. So something's wrong here again. We'll have to call and figure that one out. And it shut down. Well, guess what, guys? I tried it again. I cycled it like 2 or 3 more times. And it ignited, it turned on, so everything's good. We got main fuel, it's lit. Watch this, this is how you turn up the heat. Kind of sounds like a jet taking off. Heating up. See that steam there, guys? It's getting warm. It's getting warm. We can cook sap, but we can't RO it yet. So I got one puzzle or one part of the equation solved. At least this thing lights up and goes. Hopefully my guys will get the electrical aspects of that RO going tomorrow. Well, I ended the day on a positive note, guys. Have a great week. I'll keep updating you as much as I can. It's hard to when we're this busy. But remember, always keep it real.